Welcome back. Today we're diving into the wildest, most unbelievable things that actually happen in Russia. I found 7 moments so insane you'll think they're fake, but they're 100% real. From tanks in city streets to people swimming in frozen lakes, and even bears wandering through neighborhoods, this video will blow your mind. If you're ready for the craziest things ever caught on camera, you're in the right place. Let's jump into the first unbelievable moment. Imagine starting your morning just like any other, grabbing a coffee, maybe chatting with a friend, the city waking up around you. Suddenly, you hear a deep rumble, and a full-sized military tank rolls right past your favorite cafe, its treads clattering on the pavement. In Russia, this isn't a scene from a movie, it's Victory Day, one of the country's most important and spectacular holidays. Every year, hundreds of tanks and armored vehicles thunder through the heart of Moscow and other major cities, shaking the ground and drawing massive crowds who gather to witness the spectacle. The logistics behind this event are staggering. Entire city centers are shut down, roads are reinforced to handle the weight, and soldiers spend weeks rehearsing every maneuver to perfection. Kids perch on their parents' shoulders, eyes wide with excitement and maybe a little fear, as these massive machines of war pass just feet away, their engines roaring. But this is more than just a parade, it's a powerful display of national pride, a living history lesson that blends the legacy of World War II with the cutting-edge technology of today's military. The contrast is almost surreal, tanks waiting at red lights alongside city buses, rolling past centuries-old cathedrals and modern office buildings, all while daily life continues around them. And it's not just limited to the parade. Sometimes you'll spot a tank cruising down a public highway outside of parade season, sharing the road with regular cars as if it's the most normal thing in the world. While most countries celebrate with colorful floats and marching bands, Russia takes things to a whole new level, rolling out its most impressive military hardware for all to see. The effect is both awe-inspiring and a little intimidating, a tradition that's as thrilling as it is uniquely Russian, leaving visitors and locals alike with unforgettable memories. The discipline and precision on display are incredible. Every tank, every soldier moves in perfect sync, knowing that even the smallest mistake could have serious consequences, yet they make it look effortless. For Russians, it's a day of celebration and remembrance. For outsiders, it's almost unbelievable, like stepping into another world where history and modern life collide. Only in Russia could you see a tank as part of the morning commute, rumbling alongside commuters on their way to work. That's why this jaw-dropping moment easily tops our list. It's a tradition you truly have to see to believe. Next up, Siberia, where people willingly swim in water just above freezing. Imagine stepping outside, your breath instantly turning to frost, and then deciding to strip down and dive into a river that looks more like a sheet of glass than a place to swim. Every January, thousands celebrate Orthodox Epiphany by plunging into ice-cold rivers and lakes. Even when it's -30 outside, the air bites at your skin, but the tradition is stronger than the cold. They cut cross-shaped holes in thick ice, sometimes more than a foot deep, and submerge themselves 3 times, once for each member of the Holy Trinity. Emerging from the water, faces are red and breathless, but there's a look of triumph and renewal. It's a test of faith and endurance, with emergency crews always on standby, ready to help anyone who underestimates the shock of the cold. The shock could cause heart attacks, and the risk is real. But for many, it's a spiritual reset and a source of pride. Some say the Icy Plunge washes away the past year's troubles, leaving them feeling reborn. This isn't a fringe event, it's a nationwide tradition, broadcast on TV and joined by politicians and celebrities. Even local mayors and famous athletes take the plunge, cheered on by crowds and cameras. The sense of community is strong, people help each other, share hot tea and celebrate together. After the swim, everyone gathers for warmth, laughter, and stories of past plunges. It's a party in the middle of a blizzard, centered around an act that looks like self-torture to outsiders. But for those who take part, it's a badge of honor and a reason to come together. Russians have turned brutal winter into a source of strength. The cold isn't just endured, it's embraced, transformed into a celebration of resilience. While most of us complain about the cold, millions in Russia look forward to their annual icy dip. For them, it's not just about surviving winter, it's about thriving in it. It's a chilling, inspiring tradition that shows just how tough and united Russians can be. The shared experience forges bonds that last long after the ice has melted. If you think you're tough, try standing outside in a swimsuit at -40. For most, it's unthinkable, but here, it's a rite of passage. In Russia, that's just another January, a month when the coldest days bring out the country's warmest spirit. Now let's head indoors, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. In Russia, even something as simple as taking the elevator can turn into a heart-pounding adventure. Here, elevators aren't just a way to get from one floor to another. They're an experience in themselves, and sometimes they're downright extreme. Meet the Paternoster, a doorless, continuously moving elevator you have to jump into as it passes your floor. There are no buttons to press, no doors to open or close, just open compartments looping up and down Soviet style in a never-ending loop. Miss your timing, and you risk a nasty fall or worse. There's no room for hesitation, every second counts. These relics from the Soviet era are found in old government buildings and universities, where they've been clattering away for decades. Built for efficiency over safety, they were designed to keep people moving, no matter the risk. There are no emergency stops, no sensors, and no modern safety features. Just you, your nerves, and a moving box that never stops. Riding one is a nerve-wracking rite of passage, especially for first-timers who have to summon the courage to leap in and out. The clanking chains, the whirring gears, and the glimpses of each floor as you pass by make it feel like you're inside a real-life video game. Except the stakes are much higher. If you don't get off in time, you loop over the top, disappearing into the machinery above before coming back down the other side. It's dangerous, but for the brave, it's a dare and a thrill. Most of these wild elevators have been replaced by safer modern lifts, but a few remain as living history, rare, fascinating reminders of a different era. In Russia, even a simple elevator ride can be an adrenaline rush, turning the mundane into the memorable. The Paternoster is a wild piece of engineering you won't find anywhere else, a true testament to Russian ingenuity and daring. Forget raccoons, how about bears on your morning walk? In Russia, bear sightings in cities are surprisingly common, especially near the wilderness. Bears stroll through parks, rummage in dumpsters, and even try to board public transport. Locals often stay calm, filming the encounters instead of panicking. These urban visits happen when food is scarce in the forests, making city trash an easy meal. Videos show bears on playgrounds, opening car doors and peering into windows. While sometimes funny, these encounters can be dangerous and authorities often have to step in. The bear is a national symbol, strong, unpredictable, and ever-present. In Russia, the wild isn't far away, it might show up at your front door. It's a daily reality that's both fascinating and a little terrifying. Only in Russia do you check for bears before leaving your apartment. If you think your commute is wild, Russian roads are next-level chaos. Thanks to rampant insurance fraud, almost every car has a dashcam, capturing the most insane traffic moments online. Fistfights, axes, and cars ramming each other are just the start. You'll see cows falling out of trucks, tanks merging onto highways, and people crossing 6 lanes on unicycles. The driving style is aggressive and unpredictable. Lanes are suggestions, not rules. Dashcam footage has become a global phenomenon, with entire channels dedicated to Russian road madness. It's a mix of danger, dark humor, and pure absurdity. 10 people pile out of a tiny car, or someone tries a stunt and ends up in a ditch. In Russia, the dashcam is your best witness, and sometimes your only defense. Driving there is a full-contact sport, and the footage is endlessly entertaining. It's a raw, unfiltered look at life on the edge. Buckle up, Russian roads are not for the faint of heart. Now, meet the Nightwolves, Russia's most famous and intimidating biker gang. This isn't your average motorcycle club, it's a massive, patriotic organization with thousands of members and direct ties to the Kremlin. Their parades are epic, thousands of bikes, military vehicles, pyrotechnics, and rock concerts all wrapped in Russian flags. Their leader, the Surgeon, is a personal friend of Putin, giving them influence and protection unheard of elsewhere. The Nightwolves see themselves as defenders of Russia, blending biker culture with nationalism and Orthodox Christianity. They lead parades, organize charity events, and stage elaborate performances that are part political statement, part spectacle. Their Moscow clubhouse looks like a post-apocalyptic fortress, and their image is pure intimidation. In Russia, biker gangs don't hide, they ride in the spotlight, backed by the state. The Nightwolves are a unique fusion of motorcycle club, political movement, and performance art. Their flag-waving rides are a sight you'll only see in Russia. For our final moment, let's visit Russia's countryside, home to gravity-defying wooden houses. These aren't ordinary cabins. They're whimsical, multi-story masterpieces built without blueprints, like the legendary Sutyagin house. Imagine a 13-story wooden skyscraper crafted by hand towering over a village. Though the Sutyagin house was torn down, its spirit lives on in other folk architecture. Intricate wooden carvings, sagging towers, and patchwork additions make each house unique. Many are built using traditional techniques, no nails, just interlocking logs and pure craftsmanship. These homes withstand brutal winters and tell the stories of generations. Each region has its own style, with decorative window frames and mythical motifs. They look like they grew out of the earth, organic, magical, and full of character. In a world of concrete, these wooden wonders are a link to Russia's creative past. They're living sculptures, proof that a house can be a work of art. That's a wrap. 7 moments that prove Russia is truly one of a kind. Which was your favorite? Tanks in the streets, ice swimming, or bears on the playground? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more unbelievable stories. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for even crazier videos coming soon. See you in the next one.